Yo,
We are Brooke and Sid.
and we're talking BS.
Belief systems, of course. Thoughts create our realities, and we are passionate about creating better thoughts.
Join us as we figure out life from the inside out. Figure out what's holding you back and how to get out of your own way. Come join us as we talk BS.
Is that too much?
Legends.
Yo!
What's up?
Welcome to another episode of Talking BS.
It's not BS today,
It's
though.
not. The B stands for beatbox.
And the S stands for
Superstars.
Legends.
Legends?
Yeah, with an
S
S.
stands for legends. We just discovered we could do that. We discovered that like
and
10
this
seconds.
this is a X
before we
Factor show.
started. It is. This is our audition for AGT.
Because we are our biggest fans and we
We-
wanted to showcase our own talents.
Absolutely are.
But we also are your biggest fans.
The hugest.
And that's the reason for today's episode.
That's what today's episode is.
It doesn't matter who you are.
No, not at all.
It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how old you are.
Nope.
It doesn't matter if you can count or if you can't count.
No.
The fact of the matter is that people have bad days.
Yep.
And sometimes you reach for inspiration.
That's it.
And that's normal. That's normal.
Yeah, absolutely. And today we want to be that for you. This episode is all about fueling you with inspiration. This is your inspiration injection,
Yeah.
your daily dose of inspiration. It's an episode we hope you can come back to whenever you need it, whenever you're feeling down.
You know what? I'll probably listen to this.
I will. Multiple times.
Yeah.
Just for the beatboxing section at the start.
Hungy.
for
Just
the opening.
repeat the first 30 seconds.
Just on repeat. And this is something that we hope applies to anyone and everyone. Like you
Yeah.
said, whatever it is you're going through, however big, small, however, big T trauma, little T trauma, whatever, when you're feeling down, have a listen to this.
Yes. And this isn't like a fluffy episode either. This
No.
is just almost like a mirror for yourself because
Yep.
we 100% believe in that we are the own creators of our own realities.
Absolutely.
And likewise for everyone listening.
Yep.
And we're just here to remind you that you can reclaim that power whenever you're feeling stale or
That's it.
stuck.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. So this is an episode to put you back in your power, put you back in the driver's seat, take you out of the victim mentality, take you out of being a reactionary force in your universe, and help you co-create again, be inspired to be your best self.
Yeah, the boys.
Yeah, and the girls.
Oh,
And-
we are in sync.
Yep, and everything
beatboxing
else in
champions.
between.
So, what I want to start off with is,
Yep.
you know how, everyone, that we always give you tools
Yeah.
for every episode.
Mm.
We're going to flip the script a little bit. It's no longer a tool. We're
Nope.
not going to leave you with tools. However, we are going to leave you with games.
Games.
Like
Yep.
Monopoly.
Yeah.
But not Monopoly.
Not
It's not
Monopoly.
a physical game. It's a mental game.
And-
the reason for
yeah,
this
hit me.
is because when we say tools, it automatically implies that we need to fix something.
Yeah.
Or that something needs to be fixed. That's why you use a tool, right?
Yep.
We don't think you need to be fixed.
No.
And you might think, oh, I'm having this problem, I need it to be fixed. No, you don't. You're
No.
exactly where you need to
You're
be.
perfect.
Doesn't matter what you're experiencing. We believe you are 100% in the most perfect position for you at this present moment. Whether it's negative, whether it's positive, whether it's bad, good, we think you are 100% exactly where you're meant to be.
It's character development.
So let's play a game.
Let's play a game.
Let's play a couple games.
And games are fun. That flips it as well,
Yeah.
because it suddenly I had this issue with people calling it doing the work as well.
Yeah.
Because when you call it doing the work, there's a burden
Guilty.
to
We-
it.
we do that
We
as
do
well.
it. We do
We
it
make
as well.
mistakes.
Yeah, totally. And I've always thought of it as doing the work.
Yeah.
But really, doing the work is just playing these games.
Yeah.
And it's so much more fun. It makes it light. It makes
Yeah.
it playful.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we want to encourage you to step through life with this sense of playful curiosity.
Yeah.
Because if you can take a step back from whatever it is you're going through and look at it through the lens of playful curiosity, I guarantee you're more likely to find a positive solution
100.
or a positive way of flipping that situation
Yeah.
than if you look at it as, I gotta deal with this.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
that's heavy.
It is heavy and it's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel lazy and I don't want to do that.
No. Because it's hard.
Yeah.
I want to do easy.
And I want to play fun games.
Fun.
Snap.
Keep it light.
Go fish, everyone.
Yep, go fish, snap, Uno.
Like
That's it.
dominoes even.
When the world throws you a curveball, reverse.
Skip that one.
Skip.
I'm a +4 on that. Thank you very much.
Play these games.
The first game I want to do,
Game one.
Uno.
Uno.
I win.
Okay. Wait, what?
The first...
I wasn't ready.
Sprung that one on you, didn't I?
Redo.
The first one I want to say
Yep.
is today, whether it's in the morning, whether it's at night, or maybe it should be for the next day. When you wake up,
Yep.
or when you have just woken up, I want you to look out the window. And whether it's rainy, if that affects you or not, this still applies to you, this game. Whether anything that you think is happening today, whether you like it or not, I want you to wake up, I want you to look outside, and the thing I want you to say is, what a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before.
What a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before.
How simple, but how often do we forget that we have never seen this particular day before?
This
and
moment.
What a miracle that is.
Yep.
You've never seen it.
No.
You have never, ever, ever laid eyes on this day before. And you go into it with a mentality that you'd carry on from yesterday.
Yep.
Which is not wrong.
No, but how often do we do that?
All of the time.
And, you have the situations where you're like, I'm going to sleep on this problem.
Yeah.
You go to bed with this problem and you wake up with that same problem in your head. But if you wake up with the thought that, that's not the same problem that I went to sleep with, I have never seen this day before.
Ever.
It puts you in a position where you're now in the solution frequency. You're now in the space where you're in the unknown, you're in curiosity, and the beautiful divine, whatever needs to happen, will happen.
Yeah, a solution can't come from a problem mindset.
Nope.
And as soon as you say that simple phrase, it does put you in that solution mindset.
Yeah.
There's game number one.
Game number one. I have never
Fun one to play.
seen this day before. Yeah, I love that.
And even if it's raining,
Yeah.
you've never seen it.
No.
Like you've never seen it today.
We were talking about this before, that the sense of curiosity is so strong, or the strongest, when we're kids. And you look at children, any child, and they ask, what's that? Why is that? Like, the amount of times a 2-year-old will go, why?
When we're them. Yeah. So many questions.
We almost as a parent often, my parents would sometimes do this. I'd notice them do it more with my younger brother because I was old enough to notice. They'd be like, oh my gosh, why does he ask so many questions?
Yeah.
Just stop asking so many questions.
Yeah.
And in doing that, we grow up with this sense of needing to have all the answers, and we stop asking these questions. We stop meeting the world with curiosity, and it wires us to relive the days from what we've learned. We've learned this before. I've learned this. I know this. So I'm going to meet this new day with the knowledge I have. I want you to get rid of that. Get rid of it. Chuck it out.
Piece it out.
Piece it out.
You don't need it.
I want you to find that innate sense of curiosity that you have in you. And I think that leads me on to game number 2.
Ding, ding, ding.
Game number 2. gang. If you are living life with a sense of complete curiosity, it gets rid of, and I'm noticing this in my life, self-limiting beliefs.
BS.
It gets rid of that BS. So if you launch into your day with the curiosity, and this is a game that we spoke about in episode 1.
Numero uno.
I
win.
Uno. Oh, damn it, 2 from 2.
I like this game.
I don't like it. Oh, I've never seen it before. No. How fascinating, Brooke.
Oh, Sid.
How fascinating.
So many fascinating things.
So many fascinating things.
Happen all the time.
The game is how fascinating. And by using those 2 words, I'm going to go back to what we said in episode 1, using those 2 words, it immediately takes you out of, your predictable past and your future, and it puts you in the present moment, and you get to look at whatever you're looking at with a sense of curiosity.
Almost like a puzzle to
Yeah.
solve.
How fascinating.
Almost like a game
Yep.
to play.
Yep. Good, bad, or ugly, whatever happens. Even I now do it with even the good stuff because I get to enjoy it more.
Yeah.
Rather than going, something good happens and I know this is good because I've experienced it before.
Yeah.
It was good before, so this being good.
Yeah.
This happening again will be good. Anything that happens, if you meet with a sense of fascination
Yes.
and go, how fascinating.
Yeah.
Even when we have moments of beautiful universal synchronicities,
Yeah.
and there's things that drop in, like really nice things that drop in, when I meet that with a sense of, how fascinating. Fascination is just a positive.
Joyous.
Yeah, joyous.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is.
joyous state.
Yeah.
So, and that applies to the other side as well. When something that happens, like if it's raining, and you, not you, but if a person perceives that as being a negative thing, by simply looking at the rain and being like, how fascinating.
Yeah.
It's raining today. It's not good, bad, or ugly. It's just fascinating.
Yeah.
And then it allows you to feel positive about that thing. It allows you to feel joyous
Yeah.
about whatever the thing
Yeah.
is.
Such a good one.
I love it.
Same.
Yep.
Play it.
Play it. Like you can get into a car accident. throw your hands up in the air. And I do this, I literally throw my hands up in the air because it's such a physical way of like raising your emotional state. Throw my hands up in the air and yell, "How fascinating!"
It's almost hilarious when you say it yourself too. How fascinating is that?
How fascinating is that? And in situations where, let's say, you're dealing with whatever it is you're dealing with, like we said before, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness that created it.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the problem from a sense of fascination and curiosity, or in that instant, let's say you have a car accident, bang, how fascinating. No longer are you like encased by road rage or encased by how did that happen, or guilt, shame, fear, or any of those emotions. It's just fascination.
Yeah.
Because none of those other emotions can change what's happened.
And think back to the time where you were truly fascinated by the last thing you saw.
Yep.
It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Like it really is. When you think back to the moment that something just really blew your mind for the positive impact, for the positive momentum, it brings you back to that state. And it's like, it doesn't matter if the situation currently is good or bad. But it does, that feeling, that emotion of fascination is beautiful.
I love, this will be really weird, but I've had a few of these videos pop up on my TikTok.
Okay.
Kids trying lemon for the first time.
Hilarious.
Right?
Hilarious.
Because when's the last, as an adult, we live in this world of, I've experienced everything. Yeah. You think you've experienced it all, or we build our comfort zones out of repetitive experiences.
Yeah.
And so it's when, like that age-old question, when's the last time you did something for the first time? But really, when is the last time you did something for the first time? Ask yourself that.
Yeah.
And if you can't think of a recent time, I implore you to start living in a world of fascination.
Yeah, 100%. And one thing that I've learned to do this as well, we could almost class this as game 3. I read this in a book the other day. It really spoke to me. I don't know if it'll speak to everyone. But a tree is no longer just a tree in a world that has nothing to do with you. Now, the reason why that speaks to me so much is because then I look at a tree, I disconnect it from myself, and I see the magic in the tree alone just being a tree.
Yeah.
Just try it. Because what we do as humans is we want to control everything. It makes us feel safe.
Yeah.
We can't control the external world.
No.
So what we do is we externalize, we personify everything in our own minds. We narrate the world mentally.
Yep.
So it makes us feel safe.
Yeah.
So you might look at a tree and be like, oh, I've seen that before. Or,
Yeah.
oh, yeah, it's just a green tree. Or that tree's in my way. Or that tree has so many branches, it reminds me of this when I was little.
A memory that you've connected with.
It could
the
be good or bad.
Yeah, yep.
But when you disconnect yourself from the external environment, because and the way I do that is to imagine that this world has nothing to do with me and I'm just a visitor, which one you are, because you come and then you go.
Yep.
And 2, it takes almost not a stress relief, but it's like when you actually disconnect and you think, there's nothing in this world that has to do with me. I make it.
Yeah.
I make that tree a my thing.
Yep.
Because now it's not just a tree to me when I look at it and narrate the world through my mind. It's a tree in the same space as all my values, all my belief systems, whether they're good or bad, all my moods. Like it's now ingrained with all of the other things that I have experienced in my life. It's not just being a tree anymore.
Yep. Absolutely. And good, bad, or ugly, in that moment, you're not meeting that thing for the first time. You are meeting that thing with the perception and through the lens of every other tree you may have encountered.
Yeah. And like it doesn't even have to be a tree. It can be a person.
It can be a person.
It can be a stranger. It can be a friend.
It could be a situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes we meet a situation going, oh, I've dealt with this before. And even before you've dealt with this situation, based on how you've, whatever experience you've had in the past, you bring that baggage with you and put it on this situation.
It's not about you.
It has nothing to do with you.
It has nothing to do with you,
Get out of your head, you self-sabotaging fool. What are you doing?
Like guilty, guys. We do it too. I do it all the time. But that line in that book just really spoke to me, and I hope it speaks to other people as well, and I'm just not crazy and just...
Can you say that line again?
A tree is no longer just a tree in a world that has nothing to do with you. Because it's not. True. It's not just a tree. It's the tree in your head because you can control it in here.
Yep.
And this brings it back to the whole you're not your own voice in your head, blah, blah, blah. That we'll have to deep dive that into another episode.
A big one. Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was a really beautiful thing. Just disconnect from I'm almost going to say mundane things in your life.
Yep.
It makes it more special. Makes it more meaningful, more inspirational.
And this is such a perfect way to segue to game 4.
Yeah.
Game 4 for me, and this may be really morbid, but we think about this all the time.
It's my favourite.
We are, and when I say we, I mean Brooke and myself, and every single one of you listening to this right now.
No one can escape it.
Is going to die.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thanks,
No,
no, but like everything is temporary. This is game 4.
You're a visitor here.
I tell myself that everything is temporary, that I am just a visitor here, that I am going to die. And then it takes...
And you can't take anything with you when you
No,
die, by the way.
no.
Like, you can't take that cool set of Puma trackies that you're wearing right now, even though I love them. I can't take them with me, so I'm just
bury you
borrowing
in
them.
it. We'll
Okay,
bury
thank you.
you.
Thank you. But even then, like, when my soul leaves, my body stays here on the earth, so they've still got them.
Do you want them? No. You can't. You cannot take it with you. Everything is temporary. Everything you're going through, every situation every delicious experience you're having, you are having right now for this moment, and then it'll be done and it'll be gone. And that is both, as morbid as it is so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Because in that understanding, in that realization, it forces you to be so present. Knowing that, the same way you wake up and go, I've never seen this day before, you're also never going to see this day again.
Yeah, ever, guys. You will never see this date again, like ever in your whole flipping life.
No, this is
You never get
it.
to. You never get the second chance of this day.
And so whatever it is you're going through, know that, that too shall pass.
Yes, this too shall pass, yeah.
Everything is temporary. And sometimes we get in a headspace, and it's that whole thing of, us putting the bias on the tree, make the tree a situation. And the bias we sometimes put on that situation is that this is going to be forever. I'm going to feel this way forever. And that can put people in a downward spiral.
100, it would for me.
Absolutely.
Jesus.
And
Like when I had my express depression. But, mate, if I was in the mentality like I have to live like this...
Get
I
out.
don't even want to finish the rest of that sentence.
No.
But it's, when you see it like that, 100%.
It makes everything so beautiful. Like even looking at a tree, the greens look greener.
Yeah.
Because that's the last time you're going to see that green like that ever again. That's the last time you're going to see that tree. Don't look at it with the perception and bias of your past. Look at it as you've never seen it before.
Because you haven't.
And you're never going to see it again.
Because use the river analogy for everyone.
Oh, yes. I love this. I think it's a Rumi quote. No man steps in the same river twice, for when he steps in, it's not the same river, and he is not the same man.
Bang, bang.
That's paraphrased. It may not be exact, but the idea is that the river is always flowing. The universe is always flowing. The world is always changing.
Yeah.
Right? So you're not in the same place. You may be experiencing a situation again and go, I've been here before. Different time, different space.
Yeah.
It's a different river.
You're a different person.
Absolutely.
You could be like 3 hours older than you were
Exactly.
3 hours ago. That's different. Your cells change.
Yep.
All
completely.
the time.
So you cannot bring the baggage or bring the perception of the past and project it on your future. Because if you do, you're wrong. For one, like you just
wrong.
can't. You're not the same person. It's
Yeah.
not the same river.
Yeah.
You're trying to do something that's impossible. And then not only are you trying to do something that's impossible, you've convinced yourself that this impossible thing is the truth.
Yeah.
And you've convinced yourself that you're going to live forever and be in this pain forever.
Yeah.
You're so wrong.
So wrong, baby. Sorry, Rebecca, too.
I know we're light and flippant about it, but the purpose of this, I mean, this is also why we've called them games. We want you to be playful with this.
Yeah.
We want you to be lighthearted about this.
Because that's fun, guys.
Yep.
Life is fun. It is.
Yep. And I know there's people...
Not all the time,
Well,
but
there's
most of the time.
People out there are going to be like, no, life is hard.
Yeah.
I've in the last week, I've probably had conversations with 3 people who've said that sentence.
Yeah, which can I just validate everyone's feelings on that?
Yeah.
Because if you're feeling like life is hard, like we don't disagree with
No.
you.
No. Your experience is valid.
Yeah.
And all we're saying is you then have the choice to apply a game to change that experience.
Yeah.
I mean, in this last week alone, I've spoken to 2 people who've had to put their, and there's something you're related to, had to put their dogs down in the last 2 days.
That's rough.
Right, rough. But I was thinking it and you said it.
But like it's the thing, okay, one thing I want to say about grief is that the hardest thing is that when you lose a dog or when you have to put a dog down, they're a family member. When
Yes.
I lost my dog, like it crushed me, man.
Yep.
But because your life so drastically changes in that moment,
Yep.
doesn't mean I don't want humour to leave either.
No, exactly.
When something leaves your life like that, you don't want the world around you to change. I
No.
still want to laugh,
Yep.
even though I feel like dead on the inside.
Yep.
I don't want everything else to then suddenly change. I need everything else to be as normal as possible so I can grieve knowing that I'm still in the same place
Yep.
and that my whole world hasn't literally flipped upside down.
Yeah.
Like, you still do need some normality.
Yeah.
And that's why even when people tell me that someone has died in their family or that they need to put a dog down, I'm not going to sit here and just be low for that person. I'm going to be the normal Brooke that they know in their life.
Because that's the support and help they need.
Well, that's their normality.
Yeah,
So I'm not
exactly.
going to change
Yeah.
as well
Yeah.
and stress them with another change.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to still be me. I'm going to obviously empathize and I'm going to feel for them. But, like, if everything and everyone around you changes in that moment, that makes life really hard. There is a time and place for jokes.
I had, there is. And it just depends where you kind of, where your emotional state is. For example, when I lost my grandfather, this is the first time I ever had this realization. He was probably one of the first, like, closest people to me I lost. And in losing him, I felt really bizarrely at peace. And I was able to comfort my mum, knowing just the thought that came to me at that time, at that young age, was that he was never ours to lose.
Yeah.
I don't know how that thought came to my
You've
head.
been
I
here
was
before, Sid.
Yeah, I was way too young to. I'd never heard that before. There was a deep-seated knowing that all I was left with. All we're ever left with is the memories of the person who's gone, right? And all I had was good memories. So all I had was
Great.
gratitude
Yeah.
for having shared a brief,
A visit.
a blink. To be visitors at the same time.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are the odds of that happening?
Yeah.
And then sitting in gratitude for that experience. All I had was, he was the universe. He came through the universe. He's gone back to the universe. The physical experience we shared was beautiful.
Yeah.
So it was weird. I didn't have a feeling of loss.
That's great.
Yeah. So I just want to leave you with that as well. I mean, that's just an extra, that is something you're going through.
Yeah, if
If
we
grief
managed to
and-
pick that up today,
Yeah.
go ask.
Take it, yeah. But the purpose of this is those 4 games: stay light,
Yep.
stay playful,
Yep.
stay curious,
Yes.
and meet the world like you've never seen it before,
Because you haven't.
and you're never going to see it again.
We love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.